Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here, and welcome to Mornings with 60andMe. Today is Thursday, it's July the 21st, and I hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to a new day. I always love to get up in the morning and just show some gratitude for what I have, for my life, and maybe it's just a good time to take a moment, meditate for a bit, or just a moment of mindfulness to show our appreciation for what we have individually and as a community. And I want to thank all the women who have left comments in response to our articles and our conversations every morning. It's so wonderful to know that you're there and to see that we're connecting. It's one thing I love about our 60andMe community, that our women are just so engaged with each other and so prepared to share, and to be a little vulnerable and open. And, this is the time of life where, we just can use each other's support to feel good about ourselves, accept our aging bodies, our aging faces, just who we are, and to be grateful for that. So I'm grateful for you, and thank you so much for being here. So let's get caught up a bit on things that have happened overnight while you've been sleeping in the news. Well, of course, in the United States, the Republican convention continues. There were two things that happened. One was that Mike Pence accepted the Republican vice president nomination, and he spoke very positively about the future and about his partnership with Donald Trump. The other thing that happened, though, was that Ted Cruz spoke, and as you know, he was another candidate for the presidential nomination, and he congratulated Donald Trump, but he did not endorse him. And this was a very big step and got a lot of negative feedback from the audience, but this is how these things unfold, and we'll see how things play out in the future here. In France, President Hollande spoke yesterday about the security situation in France, and has asked for people to sign up for the French volunteer security forces. It's called it's a relief group, and it's about 12,000 people in that group right now, and he's extending it to 15,000. So they're going to be able to give extra coverage to events that are happening in Paris in the summer, and also to places of interest for tourists, and just give a little bit of a push to the security presence. Sensitive sites like the Eiffel Tower, for example. In the UK, Theresa May is continuing her journey around Europe. She met yesterday with Angela Merkel from Germany, and it was wonderful to see these two strong women talking to each other about the future of their countries and their partnership in Europe. And Theresa May made an interesting statement, which was, even though Britain has left the EU, it has not left Europe. And so they had a day yesterday of just talking about, how their partnership might play out in the future. No commitments until that button is pushed for the EU exit to begin. Today, Theresa May goes to France. She meets with François Hollande, and conversation might be a little different there, but she's doing the right things, I think, to get out there and talk about what's potentially going to be the foundation for a relationship with Britain in this new age. And so that's Theresa May. In terms of the situation in Turkey, very quick update there. President Erdogan got on television last night and spoke about the coup, thanked all the people from the public who went out to support him, and really spoke for some time about the sacrifice that they made, and about how he appreciates the citizens of Turkey standing behind him. He also did one dramatic thing, though, which was to announce the state of emergency in Turkey, and this will be for 3 months. And what that basically means is that the government has more powers to arrest, to question, and to take action that they wouldn't normally have, if the state of emergency wasn't in place. So a lot of controversy about that, and we'll see how that all plays out. One other story there, about 60,000 people have now been somehow fired, jailed, or reprimanded in some way. And WikiLeaks has announced that they have released about 800,000 emails between the government officials, and obviously to reveal some of the backstory here. That this channel has been blocked in Turkey, so we will see. This is all going to unfold, I'm sure, even further. One place I wanted to mention, which doesn't get as much coverage, and that's Libya. another very complicated place in the European part of the world, African part of the world. And the reason that it's important is yesterday, 3 French airmen, their helicopter crashed. And whether it was an accident or whether it was shot down is still not not clear. But the key point is that Francois Hollande did admit that the French are in Libya doing reconnaissance work, security analysis. So they're intelligence gathering. And that's with Italy, United Kingdom, and United States. So, and the reason that Libya is so important to everyone is that as ISIS is beginning to, well, as John Kerry has said, they're actually beginning to lose ground in Syria and places like that. They're now expanding their scope to places in, for example, Libya, where they have support. And this is quite significant because Libya is only a couple of 100 kilometers from Europe, from mainland Europe. So it's a very important place to keep an eye on. So those are the sort of international and United States world stories. And now some fun news. We need fun news. So today is, according to the people that make up these days, it's Junk Food Day. So this is the day where you can put away the carrots and the celery, and which are not very tasty if you're feeling hungry, and go for junk food, chocolate, cake, something that's unhealthy, in quotes. And, I've officially banned all calories today, so we don't have to worry about that. Not that I have any power to do that, but, it's a day where if you are feeling a bit naughty or a little bit, just wanting to do something unusual with your food, a little greasy food or high calorie, go out there and do it. Just enjoy what you want, eat what you like, and blame it on the people that have appointed this International Junk Food Day. One thing I did want to mention real quickly too is we lost someone a few days ago who I wanted to acknowledge, and this is a man called Garry Marshall. Garry Marshall was a film director and a TV creator of TV programs. He created programs like Mork and Mindy with Robin Williams, and also Happy Days. Remember Fonz and all those great characters? That was his creation. And then he also directed films like Pretty Woman, which made Julia Roberts' name, and he also worked with her quite a bit on some other films, including his last, which was called Mother's Day. Sweet man, and he died at the age of 81. So condolences to his family and friends, and great loss to the movie world. And speaking of movies, I actually just came across a movie the other day. It's not like a proper full-length movie. It's a documentary, 30 minutes long. It's called Great Escape. This is a really fun, feel-good movie about a group of elderly people in their 80s, 90s, who escape their retirement home in Denmark, and they go on a bike ride to Norway to deliver these rickshaws to their Norwegian friends. And so there's young people who are driving the rickshaws, and the movie is really about loneliness, isolation in old age, about how older people can work with younger people. Having a sense of purpose in your life. It's really a sweet, sweet movie. And I think what came out of it too is there was a nice romantic edge where there was a character, his name was Finn. He was 81, and a lady called Marie who was 86. And he falls in love with her on the journey, and he asks her if she would marry him. And she says, "Oh my goodness, you're way too young for me. What would you want with this older woman?" She's 96, he's 81. It was just one of those movies that made you smile, and I just think we need those. Also, in the movie, they mentioned this group called, Cycling Without Age, and it's a cycling group for all ages, and it's around the world. It's got the chapters everywhere, and if you're a biker, you ride bikes, you might want to check that out. I'll put the URL in the article, but they have all kinds of activities for older people to ride their bikes together. It's kind of fun. So, that's my news stories for today. A couple of reminders. As you know, this Mornings with 60andMe is a new program for us. I'm absolutely loving it in terms of, what I get to offer and connect with you, all of you. And I'd love if you could today just share Mornings with 60andMe with a friend. Just let them know what you're watching and what we do here. Share it with a friend. I would really appreciate that. a lot. Thank you. And the other thing to let you know is that tomorrow at this time, I will be doing This Mornings with 16Me on Facebook Live. And what this means is if you just tune into Facebook, you always do, you will see me going live video at this time tomorrow, and I'll do this news program for you just live. So it'd be fun. So please join, and if you do actually want to connect with the news updates anytime yourself, just go to 60andme.com/mornings. You'll always find the news stories there. So that's where you can point your friends and visit yourself. So that's for tomorrow, Facebook Live, this time, Mornings with 60 and Me. And my question for you is a very simple movie-themed question. I love these questions because it gives me a chance to talk to you. And please leave your comments in the section below. I love the conversations and the dialogue. So let's talk to each other. So the question, what is your favorite feel-good movie? Just leave your comments below. We'll have a conversation. And thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day. Take really good care of yourselves. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow with Mornings at 60 and Me. Take care, everyone.